Hello YouTube, this is Jacob Phillips again, and I really wanted to do a few things before I go off to work. Now, I did draw my life. It was awful, because, I don't have the proper equipment to go, oh, you see what I draw? Nope. So, I would rather, talk about my life, and, I think that would be all good in the world. And I'm not gonna go deep in. I'm just gonna basically do the hard, solid facts. So let's start off. Um, Sorry, I am not feeling so great. Well, let's begin. I was born in small town called Binghamton, New York, on June 6th. Can't get the specific year due to the fact it's a big no-no in my book, to be honest. But yes, I was born June 6th in a place called Lourdes Hospital. It's in Binghamton, New York. Um, so forth. Um, I got extremely sick by 16 months old, and before the doctors knew, my parents were told that your son um stopped producing insulin within his body. So, I had to get diagnosed with type 1 diabetes to, keep me alive, because if I didn't, I would have died. That was basically me before I was a year old. So anyway, later on in life, it was very hard for me. I had to take a lot of type of medication for such of a young kid. And I was also in a coma for a month because I was in terrible condition. Until finally I got to around the ages of 2 and 3, I started getting a little back on top. I was always extremely dizzy. I always couldn't, I had slurred a lot because my blood sugar was very bad. Um, then before I knew it, that my father stepped out of my life by age of 3. It was a very hard day for me, but things happen. I mean, I'm not the only person. But it was just the fact that he didn't do work. He had bipolar. He drank a lot. He just being a bad father. So he left my mom with just 2 kids and had to work most of the time. So I didn't really see her. Um, it was very hard times where you had to cut back on a lot of things. Jobs weren't doing so well, so she tried to open up her own coffee place. It's called Latazza. It was doing well, but it was the fact that she had to work so late at night. My great grandmother, or my grandparents, had to take care of us or check in on us. But I was very emotional at that point because I think I was fatherless. Didn't see much of my mother either. So I mean, it just left me to the point of like I had to try to do things on my own. And that is when, by the age of 5, I got the most greatest thing that I thought. I just thought I had the most greatest thing in the world. The GameCube. And I always played like Sonic and Mario and all that. I thought it was great. I thought it was like the most amazing thing ever, and I got more into it. Um, then Due to the fact that I was just always bored most of the time and everything like that, I started like having a really strong imagination. And so I started like reacting some parts in Sonic or some parts in Mario, stuff like that. It's That's how bored I got. My imagination just got the best of me. I didn't really have a father figure still. And I was just, I had to try to keep myself busy, which was the hardest thing. When I attended school, it was okay. I mean, I made a few friends and so forth. Um, but it was just extremely hard for me to get along with kids. They didn't really look to me as a a friend because how I behaved, and they thought it was really weird that I had to do like put a needle in my finger and so forth like that, and they always just found it really weird. That was an alien, stuff like that, and that wasn't great. I didn't really take part of that. But that grew into the emotion of loving and respecting others. I mean, I care for mostly everybody that I know. I love everyone. At that point on, I just like to make sure people were okay. I always hang around my great grandmother. Always helped her around. I always treated animals. By all means, I love animals still. I mean, when I see like those type of commercials, I get heartbroken. Like when they're in the pound and stuff, I cry. I legitly cry. But then, when I turned 7, my mother met somebody. That's my stepdad. His name is Edward, or Ed for short. And, they both are together still, so yay. And he's a great man. He got me a job and everything like that, but I'm gonna get into that later. So I was always confused. Like, why is this guy hanging around mom so much? And I finally realized that he was gonna be my dad. He was gonna be my father. But I mean, the first time I met him, I thought he was a burglar. So I tackled him, and he flinged over a couch, and I rolled on top of him and stuff like that. That was my first impression with him, and I mean, I still remember that day. He still remembers that day. And I remember when we moved to his house. It wasn't that big. It was on a very very nice side of Binghamton. Because at the time I lived in a place called Union Endicott, and it wasn't a friendly neighborhood or anything like that. Very destructive and so forth. This was just all new scenery to me. I had to leave all my other friends behind. Not many of them had a big impact on me, and I mean, I'm not friends with them anymore. So what happened happened. It's not a game changer. Um. So anyway, I moved in with them. We moved in with him. Everything like that. And at that time, I was a very small kid. I was an extremely small kid, and but I mean, I grew. Like I said, I think I later wrong with that. But then I attended a school called Horace Mann, and that is where I met my 3 most greatest friends till this date. One is Isaiah, the other one is Ben, and the last one is Nick. Those 3 became such a great impact on my life. I mean, Isaiah, yeah, I mean, we've been friends ever since that. Ever since I went to Horace Mann in 3rd grade. We are still in contact. We still hang out a lot. And we just have fun and stuff like that. And I'm so happy that I got to see that. And Ben, on the other hand, I mean, we see each other now and then, but more like when I attended school, we like hang out a lot and stuff like that. So he's more of a school buddy, but he's still a big impact on me just because we have a lot in common. Um, and then Nick is he's a rebel rouser ginger. He's a very intelligent kid, and I mean, man, now, and he's just like to hang out with him. He's great. Just 3 of them became my best friends, and now more deeper in after Horace Mann, where I made a lot more friends. I was much more comfortable and everything like that. I went to a West Middle School. West Middle School was the big thing that really changed my life because I truly got the understanding of how the younger grades were treated. Um, Teacher-wise, it was perfectly fine. You have to be like that. But the kids in like 7th, 8th, they would push us around. They would try to pick fights with us and everything like that. Very bad slur of language. So it was awful. I got picked on a lot just because of my diabetes. A few other things just because of my behavior and my personality. Because this goes back to the imagination thing. I have a humongous imagination. It was a huge imagination. So always I pretend and play fights outside and stuff like that. And kids always looked at us like we're weirdos. But that's when I met another friend of mine named Timothy Williams. I call him TT for short. Because his middle name's Taylor. And we became very good friends. And then he went on to another school, but we still remain in contact. That and another friend named Vance Farrow, both of them had a big impact on me because I got into Boy Scouts and stuff like that, and before you know it, I got the gold, man. I got, basically gold, and it was almost neat. I Eagle Scout everything. It was just, so appreciated and stuff like that. Those two still hang around from time to time, mostly, Timothy. Vance not that much because he got really into weed and cigarettes and stuff like that. So I stopped hanging around him. But TT was always the big game changer for that. For trying to realize I can put my care and love to use. So anyway, middle school was a toughie. At the same time, it was fun. But truly, a lot of things were going on. It was a tougher job for work and everything like that, and it was a tough time again. But we got back in place and everything like that. We were still a family and we loved one another. Then, after middle school, I finally went to the big school, the high school, and that it was very, very, very hard as well. My first year, I struggled so much. I just get stressed out, everything like that, and even before then, I had a really bad issue. I had a very bad mental issue with seeing things at illusions because I got really into guns and military and stuff like that. My doctor told me I had to go cold turkey, so I didn't even touch a controller or even watched a movie like that because that was bad side effects. And I got over it and everything like that, and I got into more of writing. I got really into writing, stories, drawing, everything like that, music. I got really into that. That was my backup plan. And so back to high school, it was just a very struggling year. I just couldn't. It was in general it was hard for me. I kicked in and I got through it. I failed a region exam, so I had to retake it. And then after that, I mean, it was pretty smooth for me because I mean, I'm now a top student. Everybody loves me there. I don't pick a bone with anybody unless they pick a bone with me. I got wonderful, wonderful relationship, and I love her to death. Um, just as I look back on what I went through and everything like that, it was just so hard for me. And I mean, I know there was other people that had worse than me, but it's just the fact that I was young. I was young, and I just had such of a I was so sensitive. It was just killed me. It killed me slowly, and yeah, just that. I guess killed me slowly. And then I finally got my back on my feet. Um, but back to the point. Now I still do what I do. I work on music. I write stories. I like to build my own things like weapons and weld swords and stuff like that. I love that. I love that type of thing. Um, and then I got my YouTube channel now, and I don't have many subscribers, I don't have many viewers, but those people that do subscribe to me, that watch my videos, I show them so much appreciation, and I thank them so much. I mean, you guys really are great. You guys are the greatest. Um, I love you all completely. I'm always gonna be here for you. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to help. Yeah, in your time of need. I'm always here for you guys. I mean, I'm always here. Um, but now, this is I'm going to talk about a guy that I have absolutely a blast with, so much fun, and we do so much together. His name is Jack Stelly, and he's by far probably the greatest friend I've ever had. He he's like a brother to me. I mean, I care for that kid so much. I mean, sometimes I talk to him like I'm his dad, but it's just because I care for the guy, and I support him without a doubt. Him and his family, I'll do anything for him. So we just do a lot of gun stuff together. We have a lot of in common. We always like to have fun and stuff like that. I mean, seriously, he's just so great. It's wonderful. and so yeah, that's I want to talk about him real quick. But overall, I my life at first was extremely hard. It was hard for my whole entire family to adjust to a few things and things like that. And now it's better. It's getting much better. Um, I got myself really fixed up from my depressional issues and everything like that. I got myself really fixed up from that, and I can't thank that enough because it's just it's a hard road sometimes. But you know, someone's gonna be there to fix that road for you, and you can keep going, and that's what happened. So I thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video if you wanted to. I mean, I know it's pretty long, probably one of the longest ones I've had, but only for you guys I made this video. And I just want you to know that I have full respect for you all. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you guys stay in my life for a long time, because I'm gonna be in your life for a long time, as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I have to be going to work soon, and I'll see you guys till then. So, Hoorah to Ashes, have a wonderful day, and I hope you guys stay strong. Bye, guys.